Hello and welcome to our 1 hour Fortnite and chat. It's not a Fortnite and chill today because we're just going to be chatting. A lot of it's going to be politics, so there's probably no chill. That said, we're still going to be playing Fortnite, and I'll often get distracted by the game. Tonight, we are going to go over what happened yesterday in Washington, D.C. But unlike yesterday, I have notes, and these notes are made from reposts from both myself and a friend, from things taken mostly around Twitter and Facebook. I will tell you if they come from official news sources, just so the news source can get sourced. If they come from private posts with no other source, I won't tell you their names, of course, because that's would violate their privacy. They don't want to be violated. Setting up things, one moment. I guess first note is that for some reason Squall is up there. My PlayStation profile is my Sephiroth PX logo. So why is Squall still up there? I don't know. I'll have to see if there's some kind of should I press start here? No? I'll have to see if there's some kind of option. I'll have to look it up. For some reason the avatar for Squall is still up there instead of my logo. That said, if you're watching me on Twitch, you'll see my logo everywhere anyway. Also on my Twitter and my Facebook profiles. Okay, so I will be running this off tweet as well, so I won't be on my actual Twitch chat on the phone. So if you aren't showing up there on the PlayStation, I won't see your chat, and sometimes there's that glitch, and I hope it doesn't go on. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, welcome tonight. I hope other than what's going on, you're having an okay day yourself personally. You weren't caught up in all this. As usual, before we get started, let's go check the indies. Of course, today's also Thursday. I haven't even finished the weeklies and some of the other weeks. The way the weeklies appear random is quite dumb. Fortnite, we need to see all the weeklies for the week. They don't need to appear randomly. How can I see what I'm supposed to do? Anyway, luckily some of the weeklies, the epics and the legendaries show up. I need headshots, which shouldn't be too bad. I can go to Team Rumble and do that real quick. And 1 to 3 motorboats destroyed. That I could actually do that in one spot. I can think of one spot to destroy motorboats. And blow up fishing holes at Sharky Shell and Sweaty Sands. Or blow up fishing holes? Oh, blow up fishing holes, as in get a grenade, throw a grenade into the fishing hole, and watch the fish come out. Okay, that shouldn't be too bad. I just need to make sure I get a grenade. What's today's dailies? Upgrade shotgun, harvest stone, survive storm phases. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop into a mission, do some stuff, and then come out. We'll go ahead and hit Team Rumble since headshots is going to be the easiest thing to get. We want to get the goals done with. Oh wait, first up, let's take on a topic. We're going to hit a topic before we hit in, just so we have a topic to go on. So the first topic is actually not political. Let me find it real quick. So the first topic has to do with streaming. If you are a Capcom gamer fan who likes streaming, there is some iffy rule changes on their streaming, and they've released it. You can go check it at Capcom. If you don't want to go check it at Capcom, go over to Maximilian's YouTube and he'll read it out for you. Now Max seems to be defending it as mostly a non-copyright infringement rules to better protect their music, but there's some iffy parts in there that sound like is anti-streaming. First one says that if you're going to be streaming a Capcom game, it has to be educational and or informational. So what about us who play games just for fun sometimes and have no goals other than to show people playing games? For example, I play on Fortnite, but I'm not talking politicals, which could be considered informational. I'm just screwing around on here. We're just having fun. Sometimes with friends, sometimes on our own. Just for funsies. There's no educational or informational point to it. Say this was a Capcom game, would that be illegal then? I just need to get a gun. With the fact that I have no educational informational point, let's say I had Marvel vs. Capcom out. I believe that is run by Capcom. But let's say my whole point to stream Marvel Capcom is maybe just some fun times with my friends. I do believe the newest and last MVC had online capabilities, so we're just on and we're just fighting and we're just having fun. And there's, oh Jesus, what the hell? Well, okay then. No, okay. Going up there, whether or not I want us to. See what you made me do. Good thing I was in Team Rumble when that happened. That would have been instant death. Okay, so shotguns should be able to get headshots pretty easy. Oh, look, the chest. Oh, sorry, I set down my controller. So anyway, that is one of the iffy parts. There's a lot of other gray areas where it sounds like they're trying to protect copyright, but it might be just restricting streaming. I recommend go to Max's YouTube, watch all of it. He'll read the whole thing for you, give you his idea, and make your own informed opinion. And then you know what? Go to Capcom and tell them what you think. If you are very upset, if you are a big Capcom player and you were super... Whoa. What is going on with the lag? Anyway, if you're a big Capcom player and super unhappy about this, well, yeah. It wouldn't be a good show. Rad Savitar, hello. We're not really running anything but Team Rumbles today, dude. I am just running a chat stream. I'm on Team Rumble. If you want to come in the next Team Rumble with me, feel free. But I won't have chat on because I'm talking to the chat. And talking to YouTube. We're just talking news and stuff. Kind of a thing I wanted to do today with everything going on. Anyway, if you're a big old Capcom player, if you play NPC, go check out Max's YouTube. Make sure you're not going to get in trouble for playing Marvel vs. Capcom. And make sure it doesn't sound like anything you're doing is going to get you in trouble right now. Now, of course, if you're streaming music, you shouldn't be streaming music without permission. Seriously. But it sounds like a lot of that other stuff is just traps designed to capture streamers. And it's really weird how anti-streaming some people have become. From some stupid politician over... Oh, it's not going to be done today, dude. I only stream for an hour tonight. I work early. I apologize. But we'll play tomorrow. Gotta finish my missions. Apologies. Why did I do that? Why did I waste that right there? Oh well, I did it. Nothing to do about that. So that's our first mini topics today. So if you need a, if you aren't American, you aren't watching the news, you live under a rock with a certain starfish, and you need a refresher on what's going on in America. Yesterday, a bunch of Trump supporters, known as Proud Boys, which are technically Nazis and KKK people forming their own new group, stormed the Capitol, threatened the congressmen and Senate down there. Some who were busy counting the election results, where Trump has certifiably lost, and broke lots of stuff, got into fighting matches with the police. Somebody killed a police officer killed somebody else. Bad stuff. Lots of bad stuff. I noticed that my viewer count is not going up and down when people join. This is weird. Why does it always do that? They had to stop counting the election for a little while. They had 2 bombs show up. Today we learned that the bombs were set at the DNC and RNC areas, so they didn't just target the Democrats, because Trump has been blaming the Republicans for not pushing against his loss. They also targeted the RNC. Today we learned from the DC Metro Police both of those bombs were armed. They were real. They weren't duds. They weren't fake. Those were real ones. If they hadn't caught them and disarmed them, they would have gone off and killed people. Most likely they were timed to go off around the time of their invasion of the Capitals, caused distraction and mayhem, and what happened is the authorities caught it too early and disarmed them, so they didn't have them. Stand still, I need head. There's one head. Ooh, that sounded bad. 2 headshots. Haha. Those are counting, right? 3 headshots. Okay, I'll take it. So yeah, that's what went down yesterday. We had some video yesterday where it appeared to show some of the police just walking the terrorists in to the Capitol. And of course, not all the cops were in on it, because then there wouldn't have been the ones that shot back or got beaten up. But some of the cops were on it. So that's a lot what's happened at the time. 420. 420 blaze it. At the time, the Proud Boys were allowed to leave. They were just walked out. You could see an African American cop holding the door for them, probably told by his boss just to let them out, let them go on their merry way. They weren't brown enough to arrest. If you go check out a page named Council of Logic on Twitter, he posted a lot of pictures. A lot of them are being doxxed now, which is good. We'll call out a few of them, maybe. Hopefully, if they have actual jobs, they lose them. They learn that there's consequences to actions. So we're gonna go through our posts, both mine and his posts, actually. Oh, I've been shot. And, we're gonna go back through the posts, kind of retros from the newest to the oldest, because that'll be the easiest for me to keep them organized. Just see where I am when I get paused doing this stuff. Oh, wait. Oh. Where are all the bad guys? Stop killing everybody, people. No, shotgun. So one of the latest tweets we have, this was tweeted by a private account, but a Midland, Texas lady doxed herself, pretty much. Damn, there's no headshots in that. She fly back down. Okay, at least one headshot out of that. 820. We are going to keep it down to 1 hour, so if I don't get to everything today, we may talk about it more tomorrow. We may just drop it after a while. Oh, we won't be able to drop it because there'll be more things going on, but we'll drop the older news and whatnot. What just happened to her? Someone got her. Oh, we're 14 versus 6 now. This is gonna take forever. Where'd she go? Got her. Got her. But a lady named Cud, we'll use last names here so it's not like we're doxing, though she's all over Facebook, on Twitter now, from Texas, posted a video saying we did break down Pelosi's office door and somebody stole her gavel, and I took a picture sitting in the chair flipping off the camera. And that was on Fox News, is what she said. She posted that. So she kind of exposed herself as one of the terrorists. And this is happening in a lot of places. These people taking videos of themselves, very proud of what they caused yesterday. The terrorists are usually very proud of the terrorism. We gotta teach them there's no pride in what they did. It's shameful. Firing. If you're shooting at me, you suck at it. Damn. I hope I got her head right there. 920. Oh, here's one. This is actually not a meme, but like a repost like that. That is a, Hey, look, I can do another one. If only this could aim, huh? Anyway, the post is a cautionary post about fascism. In 1923, Hitler failed a coup against his government in Germany. In 1933, 10 years later, Hitler rose to power. So we can't just assume that if we... Oh yeah, in 1933 there's no real consequences to Hitler or his group, and there were no fundamental changes to the government to stop what happened. So that is kind of a warning that if we don't turn around and do something about these terrorists and Trump, then he can come back and they can do this again, over and over and over. One headshot. 2 headshots. 3 headshots. Ah, ah, ah. And we have to remember where this comes from. Woo! My building. 1 headshot. Oh. What am I at? 15 out of 20? Not too bad considering this is my first round of the day. Oh, and... It says the in-game locker has something. I must have unlocked something. Or it says in-game shop, which doesn't make sense Did I not check the shop? I didn't freaking check the shop, did I? I got distracted. We shouldn't really forget where this comes from, by the way. Trump stood on a stage in front of white supremacists in the White House and said, I will never concede. We're going to walk down to the Capitol. You'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength. He called for the people to do this. Now he's hiding in Camp David as people call for his impeachment. So that's a big thing today. Today, and starting yesterday and today, both Democrats and Republicans are calling for the 25th Amendment to be used, which removes the president in power without a full impeachment just because he is unfit for duty. But if that doesn't work, Nancy Pelosi says the Congress will reconvene now that we hold the power to all three executive branches. I'm not counting president's role yet because Biden's not up there yet. But we're going to reconvene and we're going to impeach him. We can impeach him in both places and he's gone. That's it. That could be an abusable power, of course, if they had like a Republican governor, president who was sane, if there are any sane Republicans left, and we had two Democrat other branches. Not hope the Republicans ever abuse that power, but right now it is a power that is very well needed. Oh look, who the heck is that handsome boy? Looks like Jonesy if he had face work. I do not recognize that face at all. So let's go ahead and head into the item shop in the middle of this, take a break from politics, and apparently look at skiers. So the skiers are back out. I don't think Olympics are on right now as far as I'm aware. I haven't seen anything that said I don't watch live TV. I watch streaming stuff. I think I've seen it in YouTube commercials or something. You can grab China, France, Germany, Korea, Great Britain, Canada, USA, and Fortnite. And then they have the guy versions of him. Down here in the daily, Zycast, the male version of the middle on his back. Monks is back. She's kind of cool and creepy at the same time. I like her. I have this one. Wait, I already have this. Oh no, I have the blue version of this one. I have the PSN version that was free. Except for the fact that I paid for PSN. Howl is back if you have anybody who likes to howl. Does not quite work with her. Does work with Dyer and the Fox, which came from the store. Dyer is from Battle Pass. Wiggles back, that's a good one. Shaolin is okay. I have that one. Can't have many of those. Ooh. Are these the same ones as last time, or are these new? The Edge Factor. Do these glow different? Okay, yeah, these are different. These are not shaped the same. These are completely different. They have a more polygonal shape to them. I actually like them better. That's pretty cool. And look, the back bling is kicking. Reactive. I'm assuming to music. They're probably for Party Royale. But I have to say, I can feel these. Ow, that's like on her back, not floating, and probably stabbing her. So I'm assuming since the points are all around, there's a point opposite of that point in her back. Assuming she feels pain because she's some kind of weird celestial polygonal being. Pickaxis, really? Puns. On Twitter? On Twitch? Maybe? I'd have to check. Oh. Not only is that cool, that has to be a Star Fox reference. That looks like a Star Fox thing. Is your... Oh, well, yeah, that's your Twitch name. I'm not special. I usually follow people who follow me, so most likely yes. Oh, you're the latest person to follow me, so maybe. I did not, but I do now. Apologies for that, I usually check. I didn't check when you joined me. Thank you for joining, by the way, Gamer Gucciat. Tonight we're just kind of talking politics. It's a short chat stream. I only have about 30 minutes to go on the stream because I work super early tomorrow. But we're chatting about what's happening here in America. Kind of bad things happening over in DC. And tomorrow, we'll probably do a Let's Play tomorrow. Wait, tomorrow's Friday. Oh, I don't know. We'll see what happens tomorrow. We may not even play tomorrow. I'll try to play a little. But it's Thursday, and no, it's Friday and Saturday, and those are usually my days off with my sons in the evening. I work tomorrow morning, so if I don't show up tomorrow, I'll definitely be here Saturday morning for a chill stream. That'll just be a chill stream. What was I doing? Oh, I was on an item shop. I completely just abandoned the item shop. Oh, Kratos is left. Oh, they got rid of it. Oh well, if you wanted the extra battle passes, it's gone, or it's gone because I'm too far up. I'm not sure. 25 would be 8, 9. Yeah, if I took the battle pass, it would bring me over 100. What? I mean, like, it just cheapen it, and I just still could buy it if I wanted to. But whatever. I wasn't gonna get those anyway. Back into Team Rumble. While we look at this. There was a Texas attorney, a Mr. Davis, who was caught on film, his own film, as part of the terrorist group that sieged the Capitol. Because he taped himself doing it, and there was proof, he was fired from the law firm Goosehead that is here in Houston, in Texas. And he posted later, I think I saw him on Facebook when I looked him up, and he was like, I was fired, but it was worth it. I was like, it was really worth it. Because you know what happened is all of, like, more than half the politicians who were going to reject Biden's presidency decided not to do it, to save face by not siding with these people to okay the presidency. That left only the biggest crazies like Ted Cruz and Josh Hawley, or however his name is, were the only ones left, along with all the crazy Trump lawyers. And tonight, the biggest news is Trump conceded. He said he conceded on a video, and he's promising to a peaceful transition. And in truth, he's seen how much trouble it's going to be. He's seen there's no way he's going to get it now, and he is in big trouble if he pushes anything else like this. Let's go to the party club. No, you go away. This is my club. This is my club. You better be heading to the city because this is my club. I own this club. I bought it. I'm the 1%. I bought a club. Oh, you butt. Absolute butt. You're following me. I'm gonna get this one at least. Waha, you can have the rest. But I'll get these. I came in a weird area. I've never come on that side before. I don't like hour streams. They're too short. They're really too short, which is why I'm not doing Let's Plays. I feel like Let's Plays need to be 2 hours or plus, or they're not worth it. That was another thing while we're kind of paused on the politics and going back to Capcom thing. It said you couldn't cut its content. It had to be all in one thing. You couldn't cut its content apart and put it in separate things. That was really, even Max was a little confused about that, because that was really an iffy, like, what are you talking about thing. Are they saying you can't cut audio from one part and put it in another? Say, maybe I'm playing Final Fantasy and I want to just spam One Winged Angel every time I see Sephiroth because I like that song. But this is Capcom, and because I've cut the song from where it's supposed to be, I'm now in trouble. Is that what it's saying? Or is it saying that the video has to be all one video? Like, you can only have one video. Like, if I was doing a playthrough of Mega Man, I'd have to do one playthrough of that game. If I did 2 playthroughs of that game and cut it into different playthroughs, would I be in trouble? It's very confusing, it's very poorly worded, and it seems like, again, a giant trap to streamers. And I'm tired of the anti-streaming thing going on here. I just freaking started streaming for fun, for sharing with friends, I would love it to be a job, but I don't expect it to be. I'm just here for fun. For shits and giggles, for information, sharing my thoughts, and to play. Said that people like Gamer Gucciat can play with me and or watch me, or whatever. Anyway, we got some bullets now. Next up. Oh, so one of the lead of the attack on the Capitol yesterday were part of the terrorist group known, well, the misinformation group. It's kind of hard to describe them because they have been known to cause violence through misinformation. Propaganda group, that would be a good one. Anyway, he was the leader of QAnon. His name is Q Shaman. He is pictured with fur, horns, and for some reason the British flag on his face. You might want to ask him why he has the British flag on his face. I don't know why. He was being... there were some people, some politicians, who were claiming that what stormed the Capitol was actually Antifa pretending to be Proud Boys. And then this QAnon guy has to actually defend himself as a fascist. Because Antifa is anti-fascism. It's an idea more than it is a group. I'm an anti-fascist. I think fascism is evil. But the Republicans want to pretend it's this evil terrorist group. So this Proud Boy QAnon had to defend himself as a fascist to prove that he wasn't the anti-fascist. And if that just isn't a circle of what the fuck, I don't know what is. Also standing next to him in one of the pics is a guy with a hammer and sickle, and that seemed to be the call for saying that these people were Antifa, because apparently Antifa are communists. I don't know where that came from. If you are surprised that actual communists support fascism, you have a hard awakening. What do you think Putin is? A fascist communist. What do you think North Korea is? A fascist communist. Your president hero freaking worshipped these people. You can't maybe fully prove that he worshipped Hitler, though there is some proof to that. But he has basically licked the boots of these two throughout his career, when not getting in pissing matches with a North Korean one. Now, despite all that happened yesterday, or maybe because of it, few Republicans continued to want to screw around with the election. They're continuing the false narrative that the election was stolen, the proven false narrative. They are, they today, when the elections came to be counted, or yesterday, whenever it was, they, dissented against it. There was all very few who did it. There was a lot less than what were originally expected to do it. Do that and that. And actually, let's do that. That's good. Oh, they're above. I didn't even hear the headshot noise. Possibly because it's shotgun, it takes plenty of shots. So anyway, one of these kind of treasonous, seditious politicians was the text on embarrassment known as Ted Cruz. Oh, sorry. I thought you were a bad guy. Hello. They got her from behind me. Wasn't expecting that. The hills can't be climbed apparently. I'll show you AOC. I don't want to completely butcher her name. Called for Ted Cruz to abandon his post after he continued to push the narrative that pretty much drove the attack on the Capitol the other day. These people attacked because these babyish politicians pushed a false narrative that the election was stolen. A proven false narrative. Yes, I understand sometimes elections to be challenged. The Democrats challenged the Trump election, but they did it once, and when it was proven to be reality, they gave up. That's just how it should happen. These people were proven to be wrong, and they kept pushing a false narrative, and they kept pushing it to the point where people became extremists about it. Ah, he's dead, Jim. And, headshots. I got Harvest Stone. I didn't even mean to get that. Oh, that was a bit laggy. Hello, snowman. Ah, I'm being double teamed. That guy's colorful as hell. And of course, Ted Cruz hit back, trying to say, hey, this is just what happens. This isn't just what happens, dude. If you were a real politician, you would have quit after the first challenge was proven. Ah, time to aim high so you can get her in the face. Oh, headshots are done. I'm freaking dumb. Okay, where are we? Are we anywhere near motorboats? Is the question. Answer is maybe. I think I see them. I'm gonna have to head out into the storm, but that's okay. If I can knock them down, I can get them to come out of the storm too. Oh yeah, they're there. Okay, 2 missions down. Huzzah. I'm sure that golden mission is not done. That's probably got more stages. And I can't do that here. What else can I do? Upgrade shotgun. Survive storm phases. And grab a balloon. These things sound like planes right now. I'm hearing airplane sounds. Now we just play. In fact, if I'm just playing, I should just get on my sniper. We're losing by a lot, but that's okay. Ah, I missed. Gosh darn it. Stop moving right when I'm about to shoot you, but... What am I doing? Oh, good shot. He fell off the roof on accident. Everybody saw that dude. Aww. That was fun. What are you blinking about? We're almost there. And done. Let's go back to the main lobby and see what we got. I don't know if I hit up a level or anything. I wasn't paying attention. So, if you missed the few days before this whole attempt at sieging the capital, oh, we got something. Mecha Fusion for the creepy anime lady. Okay. That's the load creepy anime lady. She's right there. Now we have all her stuff except for her transformation that makes her slightly less creepy despite the porcelain face. But now we have all her stuff. Of course, we're gonna load up this. Make sure shuffle's still on. It's Galaxy, Katana, Glowfall, Wings on the Cyber Girl, who I think was someone I got with a controller, question mark? I think I bought a PlayStation controller and she came with it. I may be wrong. I'm pretty sure I got someone with a PlayStation controller and I think it was this lady. The white wings belong to that weird shadow reindeer guy, but this is his light form, shadow form, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Don't ask me. Do I look like a genius? I think one day when we're just screwing around, I'll get on here and we'll look at all of these that we have. All their forms and everything else. But not tonight. We don't have that kind of time. We have maybe 20 minutes, give or take, how long I want to run this out. Now let's see. Oh, the golds only had one today. Well, the golds usually have like last week, I had to hit like 8 things to finish off gold. It was annoying, so this is good. So this one is 2 out of 3. The jerks out fishing me for the last tame. Blow up fishing holes. Okay. We're having a fishing hole thing go on here. Blow up fishing holes at Lazy Lake Island. You're welcome, by the way, Gamer Gucci. I don't remember if I said it. You're welcome. If you're ever watching this and you're a Twitch partner, or even if you're a YouTuber, if you want, follow me. Make note of it on my Facebook or Twitter or here while I'm on live, and I will follow you back as long as you have a live channel. Now, if I am on a channel and the channel is dead for months and looks like you're never coming back, I may unfollow you just to clean it up. I do that with YouTube, I do that with Twitter, I do that with Facebook, I do that with my freaking PlayStation friends. If you're dead forever, there's no reason to keep you in my list. But as long as you have a live channel that's alive every few weeks or whatever, or you play with me once in a while, I'll follow you wherever you want me to follow you. Except into dark alleys. I will not follow you into dark alleys. Anyway, we need to head either to Steamy Stacks, that lake, one of those lakes, find a grenade, so we can pretty much hit Team Rumble at this point, and then blow up fishes there. Anyway, in case you didn't hear prior to the whole incident yesterday, Trump had turned on Pence because Pence wouldn't overthrow the election. That said, Pence didn't have the power to overthrow the election, but somehow Trump had gotten it in his head that he did. He thought Pence had the right to decide which ballots were the real ballots to count. He didn't. Even Pence was smart enough to know he didn't. Pence might be an evangelist, and he might be a crooked evangelist, but he's not an idiot. That's one thing Pence isn't, is not an idiot. How he has served under Trump without losing his mind, if he hasn't, is... I don't know. That said, he rallied against Pence. Rallied against Pence? Whatever. Pence. Which was like one of the last vestiges of why they probably planted the RNC bomb, because that was the last RNC. That was the vice president. As far as Trump's cultist terrorist group is concerned, everybody betrayed their president. Oh, yes. No. Yeah. Stop. Drop. Stop, drop, and roll. We're going to the shark. We're going to hope that we get a grenade, and then we're going to throw the grenade at fishing points around here. If you get lost, this is my shark. Please have a chest on your nose. There usually is. But I haven't seen one lately. Yeah, there is. Cool. Ah, we have a follower. This is my nose. Huh. Well then. This is what I came here to do. And we can do it all here, I think. Oh. Guess we should go see if we got anything interesting. Nothing new. There's another one. We got 3 grenades to do this. So this was a good place to land. 2. And same shit. Who's dumping all the assault rifles out here with the fish? And here comes 3. And 20 thou. Oh, we're almost up to another level. Nice. So anyway, one of the things we learned, when was this? 5 hours ago? I reposted it 5 hours ago. I don't know when it was originally posted. I originally posted this from newsbreak.com, by the way. This is one this is the one with Tech Cruise was also newsbreak.com. Apparently Pence's advisor, chief of staff, was locked out of the White House. Or locked, so yeah. Not looking good. Probably happened before Trump conceded and he thought he could get away with such bullshit. If you want to come on here and talk about politics, as long as you keep it polite, I don't mind it. You know, semi-polite. No flame wars. I don't allow flame wars. I was messaged earlier on Twitter, and it's pretty much the right's trying to compare. Now that they can't have anything to really defend yesterday's actions, they're kind of trying to compare what happened yesterday with Black Lives Matter. And first thing, no. First thing, the Proud Boys bought bombs. They're terrorists. They brought bombs, they brought long rifles, they were there to kill people. It didn't turn out that way. Well, I guess they did kill one cop, but it didn't turn out to be the massacre they probably wanted it to be. The BLM did not bring anything. In fact, in most cases, it was proven that cops and Proud Boys were causing the violence in the BLM protests. Oh. Oh well, let's get this. What else do I need to do? Ooh, I can go to that one. If I can get more grenades, I can go down to that one. And maybe fish. Second thing, the BLM is protesting the... Oh, it's this one right here. The murder of African Americans by cops. The unwarranted rate of murder. Whereas what the Proud Boys were doing were throwing a temper tantrum because their fascist leader lost. There's a big difference, even if you don't count the terrorism part. There's nothing patriotic there. Fighting so your people can live free in America is patriotic. Fighting because you don't accept election results that have been proven to be real is not. Oh, we had at least one or two people from here, well, a few people, but officials from here that were shown to have been involved with the attack. We had, it's very confusing because the way they word it here, so I can't tell if it's one or two people, but it says there was, Newsbreak.com said there was a Bexar County Sheriff's Office jailer who went to go do... Shot you in the butt. I hate freaking... I hate silent snipers, they're so weak. Whatever, I got two of you, you put me down. That's a +1 on my book. But then there's another one that, from Newsbreak again. This is all Newsbreak. Newsbreak, I use you a lot, don't I? That states that it was a Bexar County lieutenant that was caught posting pictures and posting pictures from the rally, being there, and praising the terrorist actions. I know that the lieutenant is under investigation, probably suspended if not indefinitely. Oh! I need to go over here. I need to go fishing. It's a fish. Ooh, there's a fish right there. Ooh, there's two fish. I may have to go. Ooh, 3 fish if that counts. I don't know if that counts. Yes, this one should count. Oh, we got more headshots now, and it looks like it's an assisted too. So that explains how I got headshots done so quick last time. I knew I wasn't getting that many headshots, but I didn't question it. What? BS me like that? Boo. Hey. That should have been 2. Ugh. Annoying. Anybody got grenades in here? Any granados? Granados? Granados for sale? Sir, I would like all your grenades. No grenades. Boo, I'm never coming back here again. 1 minute until this island is swallowed by the storm. I might be able to find Granado over here somewhere. The boat. That's genius. Is there another boat? Frick, I think he took the only boat. And he's gonna blow up shit. Yeah, there are no other boats. He's blowing up the fishies. No, the fishies. My hopes, my dreams, my fishies. Well, let's go fight. I got a sniper rifle. Oh, so on callouts of bad politician, Representative Scott Perry of Pennsylvania just continued his treasonous attempt of sedition to overthrow the democracy by objecting to the Pennsylvania electorate votes. He was one of the few ones left that were going to do that when everybody else said no after the terrorist attack, which means he wasn't feeling too bad about it. The attack that I should say. Oh, that was way off. Bad bear. Who taught you how to snipe? Headshots for days. Need 5 more actually. More headshots. 2 more. So yeah, we need to remember these politicians that try to screw with our democracy, and they need to be out. They need to be ousted completely. For good. Whew. He's smoking. Here's one I posted. This is actually a memory from Facebook I reposted. I don't know the origination of it because I just reposted the picture. It's sort of a meme. Do you remember, though, when right-wing terrorists took hold of a federal land? Oh, we got the headshots. Cool. Does that bring us up above? No, it does not. But do you remember when a bunch of cowboys took over a Federal Reserve and almost nothing happened to them? I think one did get shot at the end because he had rushed the cops, literally rushed the cops on video. Unlike all the times they say African Americans rushed the cop, a white boy did it and got shot, and it's proven. But basically nothing happened to them. They kidnapped an entire federal area. And of all the federal areas, it was a natural reserve, so weird. Seemingly pointless. Upgrade shotgun and survive storm phases. I will go until the storm phases are done. So we'll get another mission, at least then. I don't like any it yet. I expected to talk about a whole lot more. I has Cupcake is streaming Rust. Everybody's streaming Rust. Postbox Pat, by the way, has a new Fortnite update video. I'm not sure how much of it is real, but there's a picture of it on it of Altair. He's got a lot of prediction videos now, which are fine. He's usually the best at the prediction videos. He uses sources, but I'm more of the guy who likes the hard details. So I'm hoping it'd be nice to have an Altair in game. Not exactly what I expected would be next, but not bad. And he's a cross-play character. He's on all consoles, or at least his series is on all consoles. I'm gonna return and see if there's more headshot stuff to do, or something else. But yeah, that time when those cowboys, those yahoos, when they took over that area of land, that is when all of this white terrorism just started, well, conservative terrorism started just riling up to a point of unstoppability. And if we don't stop them, if we don't do something about them, if we don't punish them, it's like, you know how to parent, right? If you're a parent, you know how to parent. If you're a kid, you know how your parents parent you. If you do something bad, or if your kid does something bad, and they don't get punished, they're going to learn that they don't get punished for doing something bad, so they're going to continue to do it. If these people aren't punished for storming the Capitol, if Trump isn't punished for, and if Cruz isn't punished, if Goldberg isn't punished for sedition and violence that they cause, them and people like them will continue to cause it. They are the core problem with this. You punish the core, or them and people like them will continue to grow that core. And then we'll have a Hitler problem. In 10 years, we'll have Trumpler back, or someone even worse than him, to ruin America completely. And then we'll have World War III that everybody was fearing when Trump was trying to cause wars with Iran. I'm hoping the fact that if we do impeach him before he is let out of office, what will happen is then he can no longer be president. If he is out of office without any kind of punishment, without any kind of impeachment, or without the 25th Amendment being enacted, he can come back. He can come back in 2024 and just fuck up America again if he wins. He can rile up all his racists that will probably know nothing about, but go back and hiding in their little swamp caves or whatever, and he can come ruin us again. But if we fire him, if we kick him out, if we freaking impeach him before he's gone, that blocks him from ever being president again. There's no legal way he can be president if it happens ever again. And I want to shame people. I do. There are people who voted for this idiot, this dictator, this fascist, this Nazi, because not because they were Nazi fascists, but because of stupid ideals. There are people who voted for Trump because they held the conceited idea that Biden and Kamala were sacrificing babies in back alleys or something, because they were pro-choice instead of pro-life cultists. And if you voted for Trump, one of the worst presidents, the worst president we've ever had, because of your religious beliefs, if you put religious belief before the safety of America, you were at the cause of what happened to the Capitol. You may be more at fault than the actual fascists that voted for him because they're just plain evil. You voted for him because you didn't... I don't know how you even describe that. You voted for him for no freaking reason. It's not like he's pro-life. Trump doesn't care about life. Pence may be pro-life, not because he cares about life, but because he's an evangelist, and they're kind of crazy cultists. But Trump doesn't. Trump is not pro-life. Trump assassinated people as president. He killed that Iran guy in Iraq without any permission or any reason. He called for his death. In fact, that brings us to another news article I almost forgot about before we head into the next mission. Trump now has a warrant for his arrest from Iraq due to the murder of that Iran official. He is now wanted in the Middle East in at least 2 countries. Sure, the crooked Saudi Arabia will probably always be a home for him, unless he loses all his money after this, and then they won't care about him. And Israel probably like him because they're crooked and warmongers, but Iraq and Iran want his hide. He will never be safe going over there again. Okay, let's head in. More headshots. 4660, we can do that. Stage 2 of 4, signal the coral buddies. Let me look that up, actually. Oh my god, that was harder than I thought to look up. The frick. Hey Forbes, let's see what you got going. I've reached my limit. Okay, bye-bye Forbes, I'm not gonna pay for you. Hey Games Radar, you're not crooked. Sorry Forbes, I used to read your advertisements and get you money that way, but now you're not getting any money from me, so whatever. Okay, so I know where it is, it's the conch duty. Okay, I think I know where we need to know where I need to go. There's just this area right here. Let's hit solos for this one, just so I can get in. The frick is this? The creation? Guys, get us information on the thing. Like, look, there's information here. Look, KK Slider makes a lot of this stuff, by the way. KK Slider, you're amazing. But look, there's all this information right here. It tells us what to do. Go over here, it's just like, oh, this is Creative Showcase. What does it do? What are we supposed to do with this? Bunny is also the creator of both these places. You guys are cool. I don't know who you guys are, but you're cool. Anyway, solo. And back to what we were doing. Oh yeah, we're gonna take a little side off from the politics now. Today, in the U.S., registered the highest deaths from the coronavirus of any day. I think it was today. It was today or yesterday, but I'm pretty sure it was today. January 7th, yeah, it was today. At the time of me reposting this from Yahoo News, we hit almost 4,000 deaths on the day. Almost 4,000 deaths from the COVID in one day, and most of this is being blamed on people not taking it seriously, going out to party, and going out for holiday events. Guys, I stayed home. Anybody could have stayed home. You should have stayed home. If you had family that were trying to drag you along, you should have ejected the hell and high water. That is technically was your duty. Let's see, check. So yeah, people went out, people gathered, people are going to the freaking stores in droves sometimes, so today was kind of quiet and nice. And people are sick, and people are getting sick, and people are dying. 4,000 people dead in one day. We don't need Trumpsies to finish this off for doing that. Though I have to say, usually the people ignoring this pandemic are Trumpsies, and I just hope they're killing themselves off with the virus and not hurting anybody else. I have no sympathy if you caught it due to your own actions and ignorance. You refused to believe it was there and you caught it, that's on you. Just don't go spread it to other people. No one deserves to suffer for your stupidity. There's people like retailers that don't have a choice. We have to go out there. We work. We go out there and serve you, no matter how you act towards us. And, oh, I forgot I have to do that too. Oh, I was going to do the conch. I completely forgot what I was doing here, you know that? I got distracted. Actually, while we're here, I am close to here. So we'll go over there, and we'll try this, and as long as I survive the trip over there, we should be fine. Go over this mountain, hopefully no one's over here. If we don't survive, the next time we'll go to the Coral Buddies. We're not quitting yet. It's a little past an hour, it's 11 something, I need to get to bed, but in a few minutes. In some minutes. Reminder, I do know a lot of y'all watch the VODs, which is fine, I'm fine with that. but you can't comment in the VODs. So if you want to comment and you're one of those people who watch the videos after the fact, go on to my YouTube, SephirothTX, space in there. And comment on there. Comment whatever you want. Same rules apply to my chat. Be semi-polite. I don't think hair lewd or rude as long as it's PG-13-ish. Don't be a jerkish troll. Cough, 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 cough. Yes. Undo. Ha, ha, ha. Let's take out both of them. Nice. Okay, seriously, I need to just die and get out of here. There's nothing else I can do here. I'm finishing missions, so what we're going to do is build a stairway to heaven, and then do this. That didn't freaking hurt. Oh wait, what am I doing? Now we can ready back up. Someone's going to find out there and be like, what? So yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this, but Trump has run to Camp David for the weekend, just as plenty of politicians are calling for his firing. What was that, Chi? It's a weird noise. Thought I heard something out in the hallway and my cat's looking over there like, what? Probably just another cat. Teacher Rones is up here with me, my little cat who adopted me as your daddy. You're a good kitty. Where will Trump go when he can no longer go to Camp David? People will say Mar-a-Lago. Mar-a-Lago. Whatever the hell you pronounce the weirdest name golf resort. I don't know who you are. I am Shady, but if you're looking for friends, friend me in-game. Don't friend me in PSN. PSN friends are normally for people I know personally. And if I know you personally, let me know. I'll have to reply, new number, who dis? Okay. This time we're going here. We're gonna go toot. Let's go toot. They'll probably die because this is really close to the bus stop. There it is. I believe this is it right here. Why did that not work? I'm confused. Okay. I need to go back and look that up. Watch some firefights while I figure out what I did wrong. Back to games right now. So we get for not reading. Okay, so I had to toot on all 6 of them, apparently. I didn't get it right. Did not. all it says to do. What the hell's going on here? Ready up. So go back there and try it again. So, Representative Laura Bohert is your typical Trump scene. She's now denouncing the violence that she helped create, of course. But I came across one of her posts from 3 days ago, just prior to the attack on Washington. And it was it's how it started and how is it going post. And it was House Democrats seek to ban Poles from carrying weapons on Capitol Hill. And then the next thing was Representative-elect Bohert appears to score a win in gun rights inside the Capitol building. What that means is they want people, random people, allowed to carry weapons in the Capitol. Now, yes, these people from yesterday came somewhat armed. A lot of the armaments were taken. They also came with bombs, but the bombs were stopped. Can you imagine what would happen if they were allowed? Just allowed to bring weapons in willy-nilly without breaking in. Can you imagine the chaos and violence? Imagine every single person yesterday that was just walked in by some of the crooked DC police had automatic, semi-automatic rifles, quote-unquote semi-automatic. They're basically automatic. And just that one scene where you saw the security members of the politicians aiming a few pistols at the door actually had a firefight where a ton of these terrorists were just shooting, spraying into the Capitol and killing our members, our politicians, who are there just to count votes because some orange man baby can't handle that he lost. Imagine that. If people like Boebert get her way, that is the future of America. That is what happens. It's free gunship for everybody. That's why people like her, you have to be careful for them. They can't be voted in. They don't belong in our government. They're bad people. She doesn't care about your safety. She's a gun nut. She just likes guns. Gun nuts are most commonly fetishists. Yes, it's okay to have a fandom of a weapon. I love swords. It'd be okay to just have fandoms of guns. Is that a shark? Why does it look so weird? That's weird. But at some point, there's a difference between fandom and insane fetishism. Okay, I'm supposed to poke these. Okay, what the absolutely hell, okay, Mercedes, you're not helping at all. We're just going to read a bit. If we get caught by the storm, that's fine. We're on Newsweek because GamesRadar did not assist us. Oh. That has nothing to do with this. This league is wrong. Games Radar, you have it way off. We're looking for large glowing clamshells, and one's in here somewhere. So, this way? I don't see a larger glowing clamshell. Freaking shark over here. Hello, shark. Am I missing it? Is it like right in front of my face and I'm missing it? Oh. Are you it? Can we break you? You weren't it? Okay. In front of a building, it's hidden behind a rock in front of a building with large pink and coral. Hidden behind a rock. That rock, maybe? This rock? Hidden behind a rock. You could post a picture. That's not a clamshell. There's the shark. And here comes the storm. Ah, here we go. Ah, first one. Okay, let's see how many we can get before we die. So it's down here at the south. Hey, the drains have been plugged. Are all the drains plugged? If the drains are all plugged, that means the water might be coming back up. No, that drain's still locked. So maybe that one was never unplugged. So the first one for y'all, if y'all are looking for that, is way up north behind the furthest north rock behind that building, technically. Look for the large orange coral. There's like 3 of them. Holy cow. Let's see if I can read this for it. Behind a small rock on the southern part. This is a small rock. Southern part, yay! We're not going to hit number 3. It's right here, and I'm dead. So dead. We'll get it next. We'll do this before we call it a night, but we're going to call it a night very soon. I gotta go to bed. And we may stay up to midnight. Who knows? Yes, what else? Readying up. Yeah, so if you're missing it, Representative Mary Miller, just hours before the attack yesterday, went on stage at a Trump thing and praised Hitler. Let me see if I can find you the actual words. Mary Miller said, oh, fuck. Whoever has the youth has the future. My teaching will be hard. Weakness will be knocked out of them. A violently active, dominating, brutal youth. This is what I am after. That is what Mary said. She was also praising Hitler. Now, she came back just after being called out for praising Hitler because it was caught on video because she was at a freaking Trump rally. You know, it's like these people don't think. She came back and said, oh, she was just trying to give examples of what liberals were like. You can see my face, it's very disbelieving right now. She tried to push it as this is what she didn't want to happen, but this is what liberals wanted to happen. And then hours later, her people stormed the Capitol. And then she said, oh, violence isn't what we're about. People like her need to be held accountable for their words. Her words directly caused that action. She's not the only one at fault for it, but she is at fault for it. And she needs to be held accountable. Not just by we the people. Don't expect the bolts to hold them accountable. Make politicians punishable by law. Make her words punishable as I'm trying to think of the word. Not as terrorism, but as well, as someone who is upholding terrorism, who pushes it. It's really late and I can't think of words. It's weird because sometimes when I write very well at late. Large purple coral tree. Well, I'm assuming this is this one. Let's go in and do this. You know what? We'll stay up to midnight. I usually don't go to sleep that fast anyway. Here it is. $20K. Play a little here, see what we gotta do next. I bet you we still have headshots. We still have headshots. Yeah, forget. Let's see what we gotta do next. We're gonna be here Monday, might as well make it worth it. I also still want to continue to talk. So here's the post between me and the man you know as Boxio. I won't give you his real name. He can give you his real name if he wants to. Ooh, that actually looks quite nice. I'll just say her transformed version is nice. I don't think I have to do anything to it. Speaking of nice, I like this one too. Kind of weird the light doesn't go away in the left eye when you close them. It's like the left eye doesn't close. Let's just head into Team Rumble and work on the headshots. Easy, simple thing to do. I started yesterday night. No, this morning. Between the terrorism yesterday and the usual trouble sleeping, I'm not ready for a 7 a.m. shift. I won't be ready tomorrow morning either. Then Boxio said, but when BLM protested and destroyed and attacked their own people, that's not terrorism. I reposted, first, there's tons of proof Proud Boys and cops incited to said violence. That might have been a error by the actual computer. Second, Proud Boys brought bombs and rifles to the Capitol. Third, BLM was protesting their people's murders by the hands of criminal police. The group of Proud Boy terrorists were throwing tantrum because they lost the election. What the hell? Just reset everything by looking at my comments. How's that work? We're going to... Anybody going there? Nobody going there. Go to the lighthouse. Dropping the lighthouse, boys. If you ever play in solos or duos or squads, the lighthouse can be a dangerous place because it is tall enough to be a deadly fall and small enough to be easy to break. But in Team Rumble, it gives you 3 chests, plus there's like 3 chests inside the house. It also gives you right in his death. How'd you get up over here? Ooh. Good shotty. Let's pick up stuff. That. So, it's still fuzzy on there, so I'm going to assume that's supposed to be like that. Weird, because if you look at the wrap in the actual screen, it's not fuzzy like that. It looks like it's supposed to be all sharp. But this works. It still fits with her. I'm assuming Alouette is not freaking copyrighted, considering it's just a French folk song. If it is, fuck me. My mère used to sing it to me. She was from Petty. She would sing Alouette. I remember Alouette chante Alouette. Alouette chante première. And that's about as much as I remember it. I remember the theme easy enough. And then she used to sing Pere Jacques. And if she sang any other French things to me, I don't remember them off the top of my head. I gotta ask my dad. What am I doing? Why am I carrying this when I can be carrying around explosives? Ooh, that was a good yawn. So, Postbox Pat posted something about being able to understand the message that you can hear on this area. The storm is coming, so we don't have time, but maybe one day we'll come over here and just listen. It says one said it sounded like part of it was like a message from the original rocket launch way back in original season 4? Question mark. Stealthy stronghold. Which would make sense because That message was a precursor up to 0 point incident and the end, which was the point of the original traveler in the first place. All in an attempt to escape a loop, but it ended up just resetting everything and giving us a new world after causing an apocalypse. Yeah. While we wait for this thing to kill us, I'm just see if I can find back where I was. Oh, there's a new stream of coronavirus, if you haven't heard. I believe this is the one from Britain. It's from Florida. It's super contagious. It's like easy, the easiest coronavirus version to catch. And considering how the original spread like wildfire, that's spooky. So do be careful out there. Mask up. Don't leave the house unless you absolutely have to. Usual stuff. Be smart. Oh, so the police... So, as I stated yesterday, we saw several Caucasian members of the police department of DC allow these attackers in, these terrorists, these Proud Boys. And then we also have pictures of them posing for pictures of them, just like, hey, this is fun. We're just destroying America's capital property and threatening lives and beating up other cops that aren't you. Let's stop for a picture. So, yeah. Anyway, there have been at least, they came by and said that we're going to be, yesterday or this morning, and said, yeah, the people are going to be fired. The people who are involved in this are going to be fired. I haven't heard anything about people being fired. That said, the chief is resigning. The lead, the person who leads the DC area police, Metro Police, is resigning. Capitol Police, I should say. That said, I'm going to give two opinions on that. If he was actually involved in the sedition, in the treason, in the terrorism attack, he doesn't need to quit. He needs to be fired. He needs to be blacklisted, and then he needs to be charged. We need to teach these cops that they are not above the law, they don't have that kind of power, and they shouldn't be doing this shit. Now, I am half on my mind to think he might not be involved in this, just because of logic. There's a chance what's going on is he's quitting because he's the lead. And this looks like egg on his face. Big old stinky brown poop smelling egg. But, that said, this isn't how a leader should work. If he isn't at fault for this, if he isn't the one to call out, he doesn't need to quit. He needs to sit here and get his department under control. If you just fire the guy who is leading them, supposed to lead them, supposed to keep control of them, supposed to be their boss, but you don't punish the people who did the wrong, the people are going to learn that they can continue to do the wrong, and then their bosses are just going to get punished. That said, again, if he was in the wrong himself, if he was part of this attempt at treason, then yes, he needs to go. But he doesn't need to go the way he went. He needs to be fired, and he needs to be charged. Apparently we're all fighting up on this hill. I'm nice and bright, so anybody can see me coming. One. on... Where are we at? 5260. Oh, good shot. Beauty winner, lady. No, the enemy lady got me. So yesterday, Jesus' lawyer Rudy Giuliani, working for Trump still, before Trump conceded, of course. Rudy has a history of calling people he doesn't mean to call, leaving broadly damning voice messages on these random people. I don't know if he has these people on speed dial that are not his friends, and if so, why? But he left a voice message meant for Tommy Tuberville, which is a politician in Trump seat, and basically was telling him that now that the terrorists had done their job at stalling the proceedings, that it was up to Tommy and the others to do something else. Excuse you. Oh, I'm out of bullets. That's why I stopped. So he to stall it last night so they would finish counting to keep Trump in power as long as possible. What was that turning radius I just had? That was weird. So Rudy needs to be charged. He's another person who pushed for sedition, worked for Trump. Just because you are the soldier for the fascists doesn't mean you have to push the fascism. He did what he wanted to do and pushed for the criminal all on his own. Sure, it was out of greed so he'd make money. But he did it. And he should have to face consequences for his actions. Otherwise, we're going to teach lawyers that they can get away with freaking murder as long as they do it in the employ of the murderer. And the murderer is held liable and not them. Lawyers should not be above the law any more than cops or politicians. Ah. We'll go in for a little bit more. Just head straight in. Do a little more headshot stuff. Headshots is easy. I don't mind the headshots in multiple forms, really. It's easy shit. Keep that up. So yesterday, at 11:51 a.m., House Republicans... Oh, this isn't yesterday, though. Yeah, it is. It's yesterday. 6. Kept pushing the messages that caused the terrorism. They posted that allowing members tested positive for COVID to vote, which is not fully true. These weren't people who had COVID at the time. They're just, and this is a high irony considering how they Question. D8. No, it doesn't count here. Changed the rules of the house, which she didn't really. She had some new rules, and it was all same logical rules. And they said that she's trying to steal her power, even though she completely devastated the other side. She almost lost the Democrat incumbent, but didn't quite, unfortunately. I'm not. Nancy's better than some crazy ass conservative, but she's a Democrat conservative. She's a Democrat GOP. She's centrist at best. She has lots of conservative policies that are far from progressive, and we need more progressives. More sanity, less corporatism. Oh, I'm in my new pajama outfit. I need to go check the pajamas on this outfit. I haven't done that yet. Great. You know what? This is going to be my last mission. I absolutely have to get to bed. I'm exhausted. I hope y'all are having fun. I hope y'all are okay with some political rants. This won't happen every day. This is just important right now for America. We need to learn where we're standing at. Who's friend and foe. What's going on. Important for other people. Yesterday, Jacksepticeye said, "What? WTF America?" And that's how they look at us. They see us. Let me give an example. When I was growing up in college and through the years, and even adulthood, I would watch these politicians of foreign countries absolute throwdown over a disagreement. These were grown adults punching, fighting, biting, throwing chairs because they had a disagreement in their political spectrum. And I would think, well, I'm glad that's in America. These people really need to fucking grow up. But now, that's how people see America. Jack looks at us and he's like, well, I'm glad it's not England. These people really need to grow the fuck up. And that's how effed up what happened. I don't know why I said happened twice. I blame tiredness. I blame the lag on tiredness too. The server's like his midnight where we still up. Man, does someone stay up all night at Epic? Epic, can I be your overnighters? Yeah, can I have a job please, Epic? I know you're up in California, but can you do something here in San Antonio with me? I need a job just to happy. I'm so tired of retail. So tired. Give me a job with games. Story writing. Writing in general. Make me a voice actor, I don't care. Just anything. I'll do anything for money. Was that penis model for Cyberpunk Part 2? Sure. Why not? That game likes its penises. I'm sure Cyberpunk Part 2 won't have the issues Cyberpunk Part 1 had coming out. Because I'm sure they fired the hierarchy that forced it to release early. I saw something earlier that said rumored woes, production woes, Cyberpunk rumors were untrue, and I'm assuming that's just corporate trying to handle the whole fact that their piles of absolute shite and ruined what was supposed to be an amazing game. With their impatience and greed. Look at this, a purple. Well, again, while the storm kills us, let's get this. see what else we got. I'm pretty much gotten through what I wanted to. Let's actually, you know... I think this one I have in my file. Let's go over to Logic. Because I have a bunch of stuff from him that he posted today. Holy cow, go backwards. And I wanted to talk about some of what he posted. He gave me permission. Most of his stuff is reposts anyway, just like mine were. Oh, good one. So, a ton of Trump's people are just quitting, dropping out. After all this bullshit, they're like, this is it, this is final straw. Plus, he's gone, he's lost. There's nothing left to stay for. Only his most hardcore are still going to stick around. The latest one to go is Betsy DeVos. One of the worst things to ever happen to education system ever. Her entire history as the Secretary of Education was the push, oh, I need to catch fish and destroy boats again. More destruction of boats, what the hell? Yeah, there's a boat. I don't know if there's more boats around here. Does that count? That didn't count. Is that not the boat you're looking for? What kind of boat did you want to destroy? Just regular boats? What the hell? Anyway, her entire term as secretary was to destroy public education and push private education. That's it. That's all she did. That's all she stood for. It was terrible. She's gone. Good riddance. I hope we never have such a waste of space in our education's lead ever again. I hope we have people who can fund our education correctly, maybe get them help for COVID while it's still going on. Ha! You can have it. Destroy boats and catch fish. Okay, so apparently destroying actual motorboats isn't what I wanted. So let's see if there's other boats around here. I don't think there is. Inside the circle currently. If I had known it wanted that, I would have been somewhere else. Catch fish, if I can find fishing rods, I can do that pretty easy. And if not, it's just a fun last bit before bed. I hope y'all have a good night. I hope tomorrow y'all have a good morning. I might not see y'all tomorrow, so I hope y'all have a good day. Stay safe. Watch for COVID. Watch for crazy Trumpsies. With no telling what they may feel entitled to do after all this. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the people who come up and see me live. Red Saboteur, Gamer Gucci Yacht. I know y'all are kids, and y'all probably don't want to talk politics, so that's fine. I appreciate y'all who watch me in VODs. Remember, go watch my YouTubes, or at least go to the YouTube of this video, which will be posted tonight and probably appear sometime during the night. And you can comment, and I will reply either in the comment or in the next video, or both. Damn. Well, hopefully I got someone a headshot. Some guy. What am I on? Oh, I'm not on my own page. That's my page. This has the logic. There we are. I was reading someone else's post, and someone posted, well, I guess there's 2020. 4 headshots. Boom, headshot. Sorry, I just deafened you. What is that from? That was from a Call of Duty? Question mark? Damn, I hate the pumpy so much. One of those people that despise the pumpy. I despise it. So let's see, he posted about the possibility of him losing any chance for a future presidency, which we already talked about. I still got my headshot, lady. Oh, I can't see the headshot, so. Anyway, about 10 hours ago, Nancy Pelosi said Congress will impeach Trump if he's not immediately removed by the 25th Amendment. Now, talk is cheap, Nancy. We need to see you do it, but I'm hoping she's not all talk. Oh, frick. This is outside the storm. Hey, let's head over here-ish. Can you imagine wearing pajamas in the sand, by the way? That would be the grossest. I used to wear pajamas around the beach, but you never take the pajamas into the beach area. Fishing. I don't care. I got a fishing rod. I need to catch 7 fish in the third of this one. Got to get me 20k. And I have just a handful of kills to do it. 11 kills. Damn, he's that guy with the pumpy again. Pumpies. All I want to do is fish. Oh, the guy who was famously, gosh, darn, butthole. We'll talk here a bit, but we're done for the evening. Go on. Can I go now? Back. Returning to the lobby. So the guy who is infamously pictured carrying out a podium of some kind from the Capitol is a Mr. Johnson from Manatee County, Florida. Hopefully he loses his job and it becomes a pariah. Legendary pariahs is what all these people deserve to be after this. He's not in jail. He was pictured in a 45 Trump stocking hat. It looks like he's trying to imitate that snowboarder in dress. Mostly because he's wearing a flag-like underjacket. They try to pretend there's so much patriots, and they're the furthest from patriots. They're nationalists. Nationalists are not patriots. I don't know if we mentioned it, but Senator Hawley, Josh Hawley, continued to push sedition, treason, push the false narrative that our government had been stolen from Trump, even though time and time again it was proven those were legit votes. Apparently he's been rebuked by his home state as having blood on his hands. There is a dead cop now. I didn't have any information, and neither does he, about the dead cop, other than one did die, and what killed him. The Parler app continues to be a hotbed of terrorism. Lynn Wood, a Proud Boy terrorist, reached 6 million people on the terrorist Parler app. calling for people who didn't side with him to be arrested and jailed over the next several days, and that Donald J. Trump will serve 4 more years. That said, considering Trump just conceded, seems like you got to eat your own words, Linwood, but I hope you get to eat them in federal jail, because you are asking. This is direct terrorist threat. He's a direct terrorist. He led this whole attack on our capital. He needs to be charged. If the federals don't charge him, it's an injustice. Linwood, by the way, is I do believe he is a lawyer for Trump. McKinney, Trump's latest speaker, said we condemn we condemn the Capitol violence in the strongest possible terms, considering that she is Trump's mouthpiece, and considering what for him and what she has claimed, and how she is behind this violence. That seems quite ironic. There was no apology or sense of responsibility for her actions causing what happened. Oh, this is a good one. Back to Josh Hawley, who's been really all over the news because we had peaceful protesters out of his house, and he's been pretty much pooping himself over the fact that they weren't Antifa terrorists burning down his house, but he really wanted them to be. Simon & Schuster, a book company, who, by the way, totally needs to pay me to make books. Right, Simon & Schuster? Please? Pretty please? If I give you like a jar of cherries, they decided not to release his book, which is mostly just a bunch of bullshit about the same stuff they've been talking about that led to the violence. He can still post the book. There will be other publishers that don't have the fortitude to do what Simon & Schuster did. And he could also do it self-published, and the self-published companies take absolutely no credit, no leeway into what you publish. You publish pretty much anything through there. If it ends up being something illegal or against the law, you take full responsibility for publishing it. This company is just like a tool, and he could do it that way too. We talked about the priest, Haney. Oh, Linwood again was permanently banned from Twitter. I haven't heard anything about permanent banning from Trump in Twitter. He was permanently banned from Facebook. But Linwood is now permanently banned for Twitter for being a terrorist. Also, Secretary Elaine Chao, who is the Transportation Secretary, and one of the few non-white people on Trump's team, resigned after Trump Fed attack. The Capitol. Apparently the terrorist who was killed, not entirely sure how or why, because the video that is shown that several people are pushing from the right, that shows her dying on the floor, doesn't show what led up to it and how she got shot. But apparently she was one of those people who believed in crazy conspiracy theories and hung on to Trump's word with every breath. On the opposite part of that spectrum, Barr, who Trump turned on a few months ago because he wouldn't overthrow democracy for him right out, is turned on Trump and says Trump's conduct is a betrayal of the presidency. That is currently the head of the DOJ. Trump's head of the DOJ turning on him. There was also, during yesterday's attack, a news scene at the Capitol. It's apparently hung off something. There wasn't a lot of news on that. Council posted it. There's not a picture. Let's see if I can find that picture. Oh. Ooh. Okay. I'm not sure what this is hung from. This looks like freaking gallows, whatever this is from. But from a wooden arch, a square wooden arch, a noose is hung. I don't know if those gallows were erected for the incident, or if maybe they were there, whatever that wooden archway was for, and they just happened to look well enough like they used it for them. Representative Adam Kinzinger gets noticed as the first Republican to call for Trump's removal from presidency. Several have joined him. He was the first one. Oh, get this. Hours before they attacked the Capitol, the same group that did it sang happy birthday to one of Trump's sons. Eric Trump, who is still pushing the sedition and was late to the party to call out the violence, though his brother Jr. was a little earlier than that. Yeah, he was sung happy birthday by terrorists, and he said they were wonderful patriots. Yeah, here it is. Trump indefinitely banned. So, it says originally Facebook... Oh, crap. Originally Facebook CEO, Zuckerberg, banned Trump for several weeks over incitement of terrorism. However, news is Trump's got a permanent ban. This may be Zuckerberg still trying to save face after his connections to ultra-conservatives and Russian foreign interests were exposed. San Antonio's mayor called the attack a naked act of insurrection. I think this is... There isn't a lot here I haven't gone through in the other posts. Council of Logic gave a good definition of sedition, says it got from Wikipedia. It says, what is sedition? Sedition is the overt conduct, such as speech and organization, that tends toward rebellion against established order. Sedition often includes subversion of constitution and incitement of discontent toward or rebellion against established authority. Then he went on to say, everyone involved in yesterday's attack committed this at least. However, those who pushed them to do this, like Ted Cruz, Donald Trump, and Matt Gaetz, are also guilty of sedition, even more so as the driving force of it. It's time to hold our politicians responsible for the actions, and I agree. Then someone here, I don't want to say names out, because I don't know this person that they posted, why was the National Guard not called in? Why were the barricades moved, which allowed them to come back, allowed the terrorists to enter? Why was this one man, and it shows an African-American guard, left to face the mob and prevent entry to the Capitol, armed with only a baton? That man's brave. That cop right there needs an award if he is not the man who was murdered. I think, though, Mr. Barnett was exposed from Arkansas. I almost called it Arkansas. Anyway, I think that's it for the news I wanted to talk about. I thank you for joining me. We'll see if we can find something real quick before I take off about the cop. We have at least that much. We know about the terrorist who was shot. We at least deserve to know, or he deserves for us to know who he was and what happened. I got 3 different reports here. 3 hours ago, The Hill says Capitol Police say reports of officer's death are wrong. but 46 minutes ago, CNN said the U.S. Capitol Police confirmed death of officer at pro-Trump riot. Is the Hillary Trumpsy website? Because I clicked on it, and I can't keep track of all the propaganda websites, and it did have a ad on it that said, "Are media Trump bias against Trump?" And it seems like that Hill might be a Trumpsy website. Okay, so this is from CNN, by the way. Just giving my sources their nods. Officer Brian D. Sicknick died 9:30 due to injuries sustained while on duty. Most likely he was one of the cops who got beat up by the mobs. It's a homicide. Be good luck on mob violence. I forgot who it is if you don't have a picture or camera. He was responding to the riots when he was injured while physically engaging with protests. He returned to his division's office and collapsed. He was taken to the local hospital where he succumbed to his injuries. He had joined the Capitol Police 10 years ago. No, more than 10 years ago. 13 years ago? 2008. I tried to get a picture of him, but I can't find one. It's just pictures of the riots. Nada. Anyway, that'll be it for tonight. Moment of silence for the officer who was killed by a terrorist of Trump's group. But sorry about that change in sound. I just ripped out the controller's mic. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I promise you, not every night will be political. I'm not fully political. I might run a few things news-wise at the very beginning of chill streams. Tonight was a chat stream. If I put chat stream before it and not chill, that means we're going to be chatting the entire stream, or at least I'm going to be talking at you unless you talk back to me. That said, I stayed up longer than I need to. I need to go to bed. I hope you all have a good evening. A good morning. I hope you all have a good day. If I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you Saturday morning. Promise. Sunday evening is going to be our next Let's Play, most likely. So I'll see you there for the next Final Fantasy VII, I think is the next thing I need to hit. Because last time we played, it was Control. Next week, I think I'll have everything back to normal schedule, give or take, whatever my job does with my work schedule. Anyway, y'all have a good evening. Ciao and out.